the way.
No, Dan's like a Peruvian. Is that how you say that?
Peruvian is correct, but
Yeah,
I
see,
don't.
that
What
was
is
correct.
a Peruvian? I
I
don't know.
I feel like they shake it. How do you think of little Enos? Like they dance. How do you think?
Wow, we've taken a turn. So moving on.
It's Monday.
It's Monday. We hope you guys had a great weekend.
I need some fun in my life.
We hope you watched the fight. We hope you.
No, I did watch the fight. Did you watch it?
No, I don't care.
Oh my gosh. Okay, listen. I don't really actually like fighting because that's a little bit scary. I don't know. I just.
Watch not that close, please. 2 inches.
You have a lot more rules than I have. I have like none.
I have a lot of rules.
It's so
very
funny.
rigid. That's
Okay.
what my husband found out this morning.
The fight. I don't know how many of you guys watched it. All these people joining. Tell me if you did, because it was so good. Like I was actually pretty impressed. Chase, my oldest, is obsessed with Conor McGregor.
I love Conor McGregor.
And so we watched it, and I really was kind of hoping, but he did really good. Like I think for not being a boxer and knowing that he had so many other things, like you would see every once in a while, like raise his leg like he was gonna kick or just give a little elbow, which I like to give a few people a little elbow every once. He totally had to keep track of all that in his head and not do it. So his instincts and his reflexes on top of trying to actually follow the rules, I think was pretty impressive. And it was highly entertaining, which I knew it would
That's
be.
awesome.
So
he has this really awesome quote that I love, and I'm not going to quote it for you right now, but maybe we'll post it the next time we have quotes because it's a good one.
idea.
I actually tell it to Samuel all the time, and
You do?
as it relates to soccer. Yeah, it's something about being obsessed, that it's not talent that created him, it's obsession. I sort of like that. So anyway, moving on. So welcome to Monday Life with Jen Lalani.
Hello.
You guys got a crazy little intro to us, but we're
I
just
feel like Jen's crazy today. That would be me. I'm Jen.
She's Jen. I'm Lalani. Or Rapunzel. That's
And we're
today.
6 little birds travel.
Okay, so we're actually talking about Peru today.
See, right back on track.
Okay,
This is why I have her. It's
And visas. So I don't know if you guys saw on our Instagram, we had a little, hey Vanessa, how's it going? We have a little picture of me and my husband Nate when we were in Peru a couple of years ago.
good. Really love the hat.
The hats were awesome. So we just ran into that guy on the street, and you could wear all of his stuff and pay him a couple
Which
pesos.
I'm actually surprised that you did that because you kind of have like a germ thing.
Hey, I can be fun.
You put that hat on your head not knowing who wore it last.
I didn't really think about it. I was in the moment.
That's like me never thinking about who's been in the bathtubs before me in hotels. You just
I
climb
think
on in.
about that a lot more.
I didn't think about it till you brought it up.
You should think about that. Everyone should think about that. So anyways, hey Sheena.
Hi, cute
So
Sheena.
Peru.
Peru.
So I love Peru. Love it, love it, love it with all my heart. In fact, Nate and I would move to Peru if given the opportunity.
Oh, that's pushing it for me. I don't
Oh no,
think I would
we
move to
totally
Peru.
would, like in all seriousness. But we love the US, but we would move to Peru for a little while.
I love you back.
So Peru, why do I love Peru?
Yeah, why?
Do you want to know? So the people are amazing. The cities are amazing. They're ancient and old, and I love that about it. So when we went to Peru, we actually flew into Lima, and our main purpose for going to Peru was to hike the Inca Trail. So it was my husband's birthday, and that's what. Oh, Brenda, why do you just love Jen? You can love me too. Come on now.
I think it's because I get them lunch every once in a
Well,
while.
yeah, that's true. I love it.
Food
Okay,
goes
fine.
right to girls' hearts.
Fine, you can love her, but I'm fun too.
They all love you too.
Anyways, so our purpose for going was to hike the Inca Trail.
Yes.
And so I've gotten a lot of questions actually, so we have a few questions here. And everybody always says, should you hike the trail or should you take the bus? And I say, if you don't have any physical limitations, and I mean
Hike that trail.
major physical limitations, because so in our group we used a guide service called Llama Path, and
Is
they were
laziness?
that is not a physical condition.
It's not a physical condition.
So we used a guide service called Llama Path, and they were fantastic. I would highly recommend to use them. They also treat their porters really, really well, which is a
That's a good thing,
major
too.
factor. In fact, they
For
built
sure.
them a school and housing in Cusco. So as a side note,
good.
so Llama Path, it's a 4-day trek on the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu.
Yes.
And it is amazing. So in our group, we had 8 of my husband's siblings and friends, and my awesome sister-in-law was the only other girl who came with us. And then we also had 4 other people that we didn't know, and one of them was this awesome guy from China, and he was like 65 years old. So we had an age range of like 25 to 65, and the fitness levels, one girl had a major knee injury, and she still like rocked it out. So I really don't think there's a lot.
I feel like anyone could do it then.
Right, honestly. My brother-in-law had altitude sickness, and he pushed through. So, you know, unless you have major physical limitations, I would say the trail, because, and the reason why it is that when you ride the bus up to Machu Picchu, it's great, and you see this amazing sight, and you do it in a couple of hours, and then
I want
you
to
leave.
drive the bus. Is that an option?
Oh my gosh.
Can I be the bus driver?
No.
No.
Not an
Well, then I don't
option.
want to drive.
Maybe
on the
you could
bus.
drive like a moped. I have to say the bus ride to the start of the trail was not for the faint of heart, because we were like two-wheeling it at one point. Because you drive from Cusco to kilometer 87, and then at kilometer 87 you get out and you start hiking. So it was 4 days, but when you take the bus up to Machu Picchu, like it's kind of like going to Disneyland. Like, you know, you just get out, you walk around, and you learn a couple things. You don't ride any rides, but and it's cool. But when
there
you hike,
thousands of people?
no, not thousands, but it is quite crowded.
It's crowded.
Yeah,
So
and
it is
now
like
they
Disneyland.
actually changed it, and you can only go. You either have to buy a morning pass or an afternoon pass, because
Oh,
they're
so it
trying to
helps.
cut down on the people.
Just set it up.
And if you do
Makes
it that
sense.
way, I would highly recommend doing the morning, because then you can hike up to the sun gate and see the sun coming through. But when you're on the trail, you actually see a ton of ruins. You see, so this is my favorite thing. Someone asked what was my most favorite thing about the trail, and this was it. So when you're hiking, you are like 10,000 feet or higher up in the Andes, which is amazing. And you're looking out,
Which that is amazing.
and there are snow-covered peaks and glaciers, and then you look down on the side of the trail, and you're in the upper Amazon part of the rainforest. And so there are orchids and bromeliads and things that I was used to in Hawaii that are growing on the side of the trail at 10,000 feet.
Wow.
Which is unbelievable. Like, it's so beautiful. Can't even describe it. So, trail,
Which, I mean, come on, who doesn't want to go hike the trail?
the Inca Trail.
I think anyone who's ever seen pictures, everybody, it's like Machu Picchu, everybody kind of wants to do it.
Yeah, but the trail, but you get to to Machu Picchu, and if you see all the like clean, fresh people hiking up, and you're like, you should have hiked the trail.
Well, now maybe take me back. I haven't been.
I think we're gonna go to Peru again soon.
Soon.
So, okay, a couple
Okay.
other questions. People asked where to stay, Cusco or Sacred Valley. So the Sacred Valley is a little bit lower. It's a little closer to Machu Picchu. It's beautiful, and it's definitely worth taking some time there. I actually think before you start hiking, though, you should get up to Cusco so that it's a little higher, and it helps you acclimate. So definitely
Which is a
stay in
good thing.
Cusco for acclimatization purposes.
Yeah, that was good.
And if you want to, maybe after you go to Machu Picchu, spend a night in the Sacred Valley. That's how I would work it. Secondly, Cusco is amazing just as a destination of its own. So it's a city, it used to be the seat of the Inca Empire. I'm talking a lot.
No, well, I knew you were going to talk a lot. It's Peru. I haven't been there. Talk away, Leilani. Talk away.
And they have amazing hotels.
Amazing.
One of my most favorite hotels that I've ever stayed at is there, called Palacio del Inca, and they have awesome restaurants. So some of the best crepes I've ever had anywhere in the world was from this little place called Crêperie La Bohème. It was this little French lady from Paris, and she just opened up this tiny little shop, and so good.
Which, that's what I love. I'm like, you're going to Peru and you're eating crepes.
Yep.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. So the food was amazing, people
Yeah.
were amazing, sights were amazing.
Flowers were amazing. They
Trail-
were like Hawaii.
Yeah, it was all amazing.
I
and
wouldn't have known
very
any of their names.
inexpensive trip, actually.
Really? When you say inexpensive trip, like, what does that mean?
So to hike the trail, it was like $500 for 4 days, and that included
That is an expensive.
our porters. So someone carried like all of my major stuff. I just carried a big day pack. We got 3 meals. They set up our tents.
Wow.
They hauled all of our gear.
That's my
They
kind of camping.
included all of our
They set it
transportation to and from. The visa to get into Machu Picchu, and a guided tour with we had 2 guides with us
Wow.
for 12 people, and then they guided us through Machu Picchu. So $500 for
Wow.
that. And then the hotels, so Palacio del Inca, we actually used points, so it's a Starwood hotel, it's 5 stars. But if we would have paid
Leilani
cash-
loves that Starwood.
deal. I love Starwood. You should totally get a Starwood points thing. But it was, if I would have paid cash for it, it would have been about $200. So for
That's still pretty
5-star,
expensive.
beautiful, and they held all of our luggage while we were on the trail as well.
So that is like kind of a side point. A lot of people think that it's so expensive to travel internationally, and the airfare can be expensive to get over there. But once you're over there, like Thailand, we have a house, a 4-bedroom house on the beach, a private beach, with a housekeeper and a chef all day long for $500 for 4 days. Well, no, I take that back. It's like $500 a night with all of that included.
Well, and that's for 6 people. But
6
if you
people
try to rent a
on
house
the beach
in
in this
California on the
beautiful home.
beach, you are going to pay much more than that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that is a very good deal. And that's
all of our food, that's everything included.
That's amazing. And so even when we flew to Peru, so flights, you can get a good flight for about $800. Like, you can get a good flight. A couple of my little brothers-in-law, they were on a budget, and so they flew on Spirit, which is a little bit more of a discount airline. We flew on American, great service, awesome. American, then TACA, then LAN, which they're all connected. And then Avianca, actually. Anyways, but my little brothers-in-law flew on Spirit, and they got their tickets for like $350 or something. Now, granted, they were on the airplane, they had like 25 stops. It took them a while to get there, but
I'm out.
they saved, they did their, and then their hotel that they stayed in Cusco
Start
was
a
$50.
GoFundMe account so you can get on better
But
flight.
their hotel was $50 in Cusco.
Yeah, see, that's...
So that was the budget.
It takes a little bit to get over there, but once you're over there, the prices, I mean, sometimes you can eat for $2.
Yes, it's true.
It's amazing.
We had this amazing dinner at this place called Siciliana, and it was like squid ink pasta in this coconut milk with prawns. It was unbelievably good. It was like $12.
Yeah.
And they handmade the squid ink pasta right there. So
Yeah, so it's worth it. Sometimes
Totally
you
worth
just
it.
gotta push a little bit out of your comfort zone and get over there, and then it's actually pretty budget friendly.
very budget friendly. So
That was good.
visas. So we're done with Peru. Send us questions, but we're going to talk about visas right
Just
now.
go to Peru.
Just
And
go to Peru.
I'm gonna go to Peru too.
You don't need a visa to go to Peru. You actually need a visa to get into Machu Picchu. It's like a special little park thing, but the tour company usually will take care of that.
So as far as visas go, we do have a link where you can look and see. If you are traveling internationally, every country has different requirements.
True.
Some will require that you have a visa, some don't require a visa at all. Some will require, in the passport subject, that you have 6 months left on your passport before expiration. Some require a year. So that's something to check too. But
Or
like,
some are 90 days.
yeah, some are 90 days. It really varies country to country. So you really, if you're traveling internationally, need to pay attention to that.
Well, and
because
that's even true in areas like the EU. So the requirements in France are different than the requirements in Spain. So even in places where you think that it might be homogenous based
Right,
on their
it's
political
not.
ties, it's not always.
No, so you really need to check country by country to make sure that you have a visa for the proper locations. The trip that we're getting ready to go on, so we have Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and Hong Kong. Hong Kong doesn't require a visa as long as we stay, and it's like a 72-hour.
And that's with an American passport.
Yes.
So it also changes
Yes.
based on where your passport is
from. That is also a
So
true fact.
Canada and the U.S. Typically, and Australia sometimes have very similar passport
Right.
regulations, but it really does vary
Really
country
different.
by country.
But with ours, like Thailand didn't require, but Cambodia and Vietnam both did. So we're actually still a little bit, the verdict's out on how this is all gonna go. I'll let you guys know when we get back. But we went ahead and hired a company to get our visas through because it seemed like it was a little bit more expensive, but it seemed like the process was gonna go a little bit smoother. So we've already applied, and supposedly you're just gonna pick them up at the airport. It also seems like you can just get them at the airport. So,
Which was how you did it in Cuba.
which was how we did it. Well, our visas with Cuba were actually done by Southwest Airlines. They made it easy, and then we picked it up at the airport. So that one was part of our flight. Whereas these ones, it's an independent company, and we're just trying to work with them, and we'll see. But it was worth that little bit of extra money for a little bit of peace of mind, knowing that it's gonna be done beforehand. Plus, I'm traveling with Jared, who doesn't like to stand in lines and doesn't like any hiccups. So,
No hiccups. I don't like hiccups either, to be honest.
yeah, hiccups happen.
Not those kinds
Jared
of
gets
hiccups.
Jared gets grouchy.
Me too. So we do have a link on our website that's called Get Prepared, and we have a lot of information on there about
Yes.
visas, passports, security in foreign countries, how to register for the
What
STEP
shots to
program.
get.
Yep, what vaccinations you need. Which do you guys
Yeah.
need those?
So the biggest one I can see is that hepatitis B looks like it needs to be done. So my kids have appointments. Do not tell them, because Kennedy is the worst to get shots. And I don't know, like my actual friend Sai took Brooklyn before she went to Africa to get shots, and it was the funniest thing ever. Like, I'm that bad mom who my kid is screaming and crying, and I'm just dying hysterically laughing. Yeah, she's like, I don't want to go to Africa anymore. I just don't want. Huh, Brooklyn? It's totally happened. Hi, Chase. How's work today?
Hey,
I'm actually
Chase.
headed to Alaska to see you on Friday. I can't wait.
Coming for you.
I know, I gotta go fishing
Yes.
in the Russian River like Leilani did and catch some fish with my hands.
Stay tuned for those Instagram stories.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
But
Jen's going to Alaska, and we are headed.
I can't wait. I've been in town way too long. I'm over it.
That's a whopping like 5 weeks.
I know, I actually don't really like it. I don't really like being home. There's
'cause
way
it's
too much.
hot.
It's so stressful. And it has been so hot.
So hot.
And there's so much to do when you're home, like laundry.
Schedules.
I think that there's something to be said for this whole minimalist, sell everything you have and just go on the road.
Yeah.
If that was like really realistic for my family and like my kids didn't want to go to school or have friends,
Or I didn't have a Samuel.
yeah, or a business to run, I'd be out of here.
Yeah, me too.
Because I really do love it. I don't need that much stuff.
Also true. So, anything else about visas? Wrap up.
No, the biggest thing is just check country by country. If you have questions, send them to us. We'll help you figure them out. But
Check out our Get Prepared page.
do not get to a country and then find out you had to have a visa. That's
I
not
will
very
say
fun.
that when we went to Peru, I actually didn't think about shots. Oops. We were in the upper Amazon, but the good part was that we were so high that, yeah, there really wasn't anything creepy, but we probably should have like updated our tetanus at least, and probably our hepatitis B.
Right.
Because I feel like if you have those two, you know, you're kind of covered. For
You're
the
kind of
most part.
covered.
So
Hopefully my kids already have them, because Kennedy getting shots is, I will tape it.
Yes,
You
do
can all
that.
laugh with me or feel bad for her. I don't know which one, but
You don't have to do like a malaria or anything like that?
there's a lot of recommended, but I honestly feel like sometimes it's a little bit overboard. My kids are not going to be eating off of any street carts. We're at nice hotels. We're not in the jungle. I just don't, like, they're recommended, but not really required. And so we're going to go with what they require and not. And actually, when I say required, that's not even like the country's not going to let us in if we don't have it. It's just be like, this is what you should get. These are what you can get. And we're not getting the what you can get. We're just going to get what we should get.
I feel like people are gonna text you now about what you should get.
I know. Man, bring it on. If you guys want to come help
If
hold
you
Kennedy
disagree,
down.
then let us know. So, I think that's it.
What else?
I'm not dancing, P.S.
Yes, she
No,
is.
I'm not.
Like,
There you go.
that's all you get.
That's all you're getting today. I'm sort of grumpy, so.
It's Monday. I saw someone's, okay, so your Instagrams, I love them. Someone put on this morning, like, I can't swear, Leilani will get mad at me, but someone put like something like, it's Monday and I'm after it. And I think that's what we're doing today. Like, we're not being grumpy.
Well, I'm not super.
And you should all go to Starbucks and get my favorite drink, which is half green tea, half strawberry acai refresher. It'll give you a little kick, put a smile on your face, give some energy, a little sugar.
Or just drink water.
Well, I drink water all day, but
You do.
sometimes we just need a little bit of this. So it's good. And the Starbucks people are my friends.
They
so
are her friends. They
I
know
do
her
love
by
that.
name. It's
They
true.
just make my drink when I
They
walk
just
in.
know our order.
It helps me feel loved, and I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I do.
Oh my gosh, you're so
So,
funny. 'Kay.
I'm headed to Alaska. Leilani is gonna hold down the fort.
No, I'm not. I'm going to Southern California.
Oh yeah, she's leaving too.
Soccer
We're
tourney.
both out of here.
Woohoo.
Soccer tournament for her.
And
Alaska
I've
for
taken
me.
Caroline somewhere extra fun on Wednesday, but you guys will have to stay tuned to our Instagram stories and I'll tell you all about it from there.
And you'll have to tell them why.
I'll tell you why. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. Another thing, friends, is go to our YouTube channel. All of our videos get posted there at 6 Little Birds Travel, and subscribe. And we'll be doing fun giveaways every once in a while. So if you're subscribed, then you'll know about it.
It's about time
Yeah, we are due for a giveaway.
again.
So.
I love to give away stuff.
She does. And we actually have a couple of cool things in the works that we've talked about. So
We do.
stay tuned. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, 6 Little Birds Travel.
Happy Monday. Be happy.
Happy Monday.
Have a good week.
Bye, friends.
Go somewhere fun.
Plan a trip. Like happy.
Home's overrated. Even
true.
if you go camping, anything, just anything.
Go somewhere new in your hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah. check
Then
out.
let us know where you went.
Yeah.
Send us your questions.
DM us with where you're going.
Yep,
We'd
we'll
love to
be
know.
here. Oh, and next Monday, I will be getting right off of a red-eye flight. Like, we're flying all night long. We land at 10:15 at Sky Harbor, and I will drive straight here for Live on Monday
I
with
won't
Jen
be
and
here.
Lalani. Oh, you're not back on Monday?
No, I might be hopefully sitting at a finals match of the NHP tournament.
You guys might get just me after a red-eye flight. That could be interesting.
Yeah, we're still trying to work out the kinks of what to do when we're away.
Yeah.
So we'll let you know.
Surprise!
We'll find out.
It might be just 30 minutes of a dance party with just me and my children.
Could be that. Could be. Or maybe
could.
we'll I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Okay, you guys have a good week.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.